Hold on a second. Let me show you something. Oh boy. Shout out to social media, man. Shout out to social media. Check this out.
Ain't no lighter. Better stop, man. He gonna let old video scenes hit on anything. Ain't no lighter. Hey, let me see the keys. Around light out the trunk. So you got
Real BB, stupid man. You know?
You get trophy like that, man. Hold that bit like a baby. She already eating blocking her. Bro, the God is blocking. I say go, it ain't no stopping. Her shit kill, it ain't no blocking. Her shit real, and niggas getting killed. But I'm so popping. My brother hit the curve and make a certain. He got rocked and heard the bird get the word.
Wow, just let me see who all else. Okay, let me bring this other give me just one sec. All right. I want y'all to check this out. There is a live that was made. Some people seem to think may have been a catalyst in the arrest that occurred. So, what do you guys think about this?
And we all know the name. So
let me go back. There you go.
Hey, so I think we all woke up to the same news that the alleged killers of FBG Duck were taken into custody and they were Oblock members, and we all know the name. So after I watch a video about that, this video pops up. Weird. I watch it, but I found something very interesting in here. So I want you to pay attention to this Mark guy, what he says. There's also another guy. The person screen recording is scrolling back down. Do you see his question? You killed Duck? Now, this is an old video, and this is why I wanted to make a quick video on this, because some of the things that they ask and say on here are very interesting, and I have questions now about where this came from, and you probably will too. Now, again, this guy seems to be one of the people that was picked up. That's why I thought this popping up was strange. Now, another guy here is going to come on and say 12 released footage and it looked like you, right? And I've never heard anything about there being any footage of the Murda. There goes the comment there. And, you know, I haven't seen anybody post this. So I'm wondering where they're getting this information from. Now, pay attention to the Mark guy and this other guy who says here, who killed FBG Duck, underneath Mark's post. It's almost like this Mark guy is going to answer his question. And it is extremely interesting. Muwop, Cthang, Zell, and DQ killed Duck. Do you see that response right there? This is 8 months ago. Who is that? How is it that today Duck's mom announced, she probably didn't know even who specifically was responsible. They said the streets knew that it was Oblock. But how could someone know and name 8 months ago the exact people who would be picked up for this in that order? Maybe they're the actual informant, or are they the police coming on this live and trying to get more information, or, you know, taunting them or seeing if they're going to slip up by saying this information, or make the move sloppy and become afraid. I don't know if that's what they're doing now. We know that they're definitely paying a lot of attention to social media. They get a lot of information there.
Oh, they get all their information.
One of the last things this guy's going to say, this Mark guy, do you see that? Long live Quando Rondo. All of this is very strange. Like I said, this video popped up. Is that the algorithm? It's crazy. And the other thing I want to say is, I certainly hope that this, I mean, we know that the feds have a a high conviction rate, and they usually have a lot of proof and their ducks in a row when they come from you. But the way this live went and what's said here, I hope this is not, what they use to charge these people. You
Wow.
guys let me know what you think. I just
But
find this
yet
very
he titled the video as Oblock Cthang clarifies false allegations about FBG Duck, but yet he has been
Yo,
arrested.
it's Duck for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing
Shout out
again,
to
you
Death of the
dig?
Clout
Hey,
Chaser
man, we got
TV.
some news to
Here's
report
the
when it
link.
comes down to Mama Duck and FBG Duck. You know what I mean? RP FBG Duck. But what happened is that she went on live and she saying that the feds had contacted her in regards to her son's killer, you know what I'm saying, which is FBG Duck. And they said that they had arrested 3 other people, suspects, and the 4th person being Oblock Zell, who died about a month ago. You know, so they ain't gonna be able to arrest him. But you know, one thing I can say, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure about the arrest just yet, but I'm gonna go with Mama Doug's word. But the feds is definitely in Oblock early this morning. They saying the FBI, DEA is storming that motherfucker. As you can see from the footage that I'm showing on the screen, they all out there. You know what I'm saying? They got they got fucking vehicles, SUVs all through the O right now. You know, I don't know if they trying to hit them with a Rico or what,
Oh, they hit him
but
with the Rico,
shit,
by
y'all
the
get in
way,
the
guys.
comments
They
and let
were
me know.
Rico'd up.
Also, I got the footage of Mama Duck. She's actually saying, you know, about the suspects being arrested and the feds contacting her. So, like I said, man, y'all get in the comments and y'all let me know what y'all think. If you new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Share this on Facebook and Twitter. Gang.
They just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Cthang, they arrested 2 more, 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who killed himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my Fed just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Cthang, they arrested 2 more, 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who killed himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my son. They just told me that too. They just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Cthang, they arrested 2 more, 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who killed himself August.
Okay. Now, I my question is, what is Lil Durk doing right
Welcome
now?
back to another video with
What is
IGN
Durk doing
TV.
right
Now,
now?
before you get into this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit the like button. Now, let's get right into it. Now, listen, man, you guys know I've been following FBG Duck and King Von. I've covered their whole passing and just their past history. Now, I have an update for all of the FBG Duck fans and just even people that are interested in King Von. Now, the federal agents, the FBI, have officially caught and arrested 5 men responsible for FBG Duck's passing. Now, if you guys don't remember, it happened back last year in August of 2020. Now, this has been since now till then about a year and a couple of months. Now, they said multiple people were involved in this actual passing of FBG Duck. Now, Duck was only 26 years young. Now, he did get caught while shopping in the upscale area of downtown Chicago. Now, according to the reports back in the day, or according to the reports last year, they were saying that a few people came out of a few cars and it went down like that. Now, officially, 5 people have been arrested, including Muwop, who was or is the right-hand man of King Von. Now, like I said, it was 4 other people, a guy named Cthang and a guy that actually took his own life a few months ago. They were saying that he was one of responsible as well. But we'll focus on Muwop because I feel like everyone knows about Muwop because King Von's connection or FBG Duck's connection. Now, just check it out. King Von's right hand man is Muwop. Now, King Von and FBG Duck had several incidents where they were on record talking about each other, on social media talking about each other, how they don't like each other. Okay, so you got FBG Duck, King Von. Right under King Von, you have Muwop. Muwop is so close to King Von that he was actually there when King Von passed away in November of 2020. He was actually right there. He's the one that stole on Quando Rondo to get him off of King Von. Now, I don't know if they were fighting or I don't know if they were struggling. Looks like either he was taking off his chain or King Von was just having that grip on Quando Rondo after it passed. That now, like I said, they had beef. King Von had issues with the FBG Duck and his crew. Now look at the timeline. FBG Duck passed away in August. King Von passed away 3 months after that in Atlanta. Like I said, Muwop was right there. Now here is inside footage of the FBI raiding Oblock. Now here is, if you guys don't know about Oblock, it's an apartment complex. It's one way in, one way out. You have to go through a gate to actually get there. I don't know if that's for safety or just to keep the people from Oblock to actually go out and vice versa. But check it out.
On the block, FBI, DEA. Oh my God, the real ones. He has a big. His is real fucking big. Look, this happening.
Now, here is Muwop's Instagram. Now, I like to look at people's Instagram before a situation happens, whether they pass away, whether the feds come sweeping in, whether just to see if they were moving cautiously. Now, it's either A, lot of people don't post anything on their social media when they're about to get arrested or something happens, or B, they give up everything. They give up all of their information. Now, Muwop, he was a little different. He was just acting regular. He was reposting pictures that people posted of him. He was reposting music. Now, his last post was actually 9 hours ago. And it looks like the feds came sweeping in around 1 o'clock. So the numbers add up. So I think his last post was this right here. Check it out. Now, I always wonder with these people. I wonder if the feds were actually looking at Muwop's Instagram just to make sure he was awake, or they were just making sure that he was actually at his location. Now, for one thing, don't doubt the feds. I know that they have trackers on these guys' phones. I know that they know their posting time. I know where they stay. They know what time they wake up, what time they go to sleep, who's going to be in the house. Don't believe for 1 minute the FBI is not what they say they are at the end of the day. Now, one thing I want to say, I feel like FBG Duck's mom has been a rider. I feel like she's been riding for her son ever since it happened. And she went to her Instagram to actually confirm the news before any publications or anyone got out to explain what actually happened. Now, check it out.
Yeah. I'm about to call you Lucy in a minute. Definitely is. Muwop, Cthang, no, I baby, what I'm saying, I was told that I can say it. Them people promised me I would hear about my son before the internet. So y'all heard it from me first. They got him. The Fed just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Cthang, they arrested 2 more, it was 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy August the 24th was one of the son. They just told me that too.
Me personally, I'm all about association just to make it make sense in my mind. So we got Muwop. Now he's with King Von. You got King Von, who was a right-hand man to Lil Durk. Now, is this situation going to trickle down to Lil Durk? I mean, of course, outside looking in, you wouldn't think so. But you got to remember, the feds know a lot more information than we actually would know. So, like I said, nobody would think that King Von's right-hand man, Muwop, will be responsible or involved. So what makes it seem like King Von's big homie, Lil Durk, wouldn't be at the top of it? Now, I'm not insinuating anything, but I just know that the feds are definitely sweeping in on our favorite rappers. They're sweeping in for those PPP loans. They're sweeping in for RICO cases, and they're sweeping in for inner city beefs. Now, one thing's for sure is these feds and these authorities want to make examples out of these big figures that we look up to in our culture. Either A, like I said, big figures, or just hood stars like Muwop, FBG Duck. And he's a star in his own right in Chicago as far as a musical artist, but you get what I'm saying. So hopefully, man, these rappers stay easy. These rappers get on the road, get this money, and just don't worry about what's going on before. But one thing's about the feds, they're building cases from years and years and years ago. Now, respectfully, King Von and Lil Durk, they just took off with their music. You got to remember, Lil Durk's been signed since, 2012, 2013. So you got to think of the timeline between that and now, him going through struggles, wars in the streets. It could get ugly. So hopefully he kept his nose clean. I know his brother just passed away, so they could be building the case. it's gonna get very interesting for Lil Durk. Hopefully, it's a success story where they look at Lil Durk and be like, man, he was the one that survived. He was the one that kept his nose clean. Kind of like Chief Keef, where he moved away. It could be the same thing for Lil Durk, but the way it's looking at people around him, like his brother and people that are really, really passing away that's close to him, it doesn't look too good. But listen, man, thanks so much for getting to the end of the video. Make sure you like the video. I'm going to dig deep down into this particular story because I feel like it's interesting.
All right. So here's the deal. There's a couple of bloggers that do really good jobs with covering the situation that has happened with the FBG Duck, with Dirk and Vaughn and all of that. And there is one that I do happen to somewhat like, but and this one, IDN TV always has great coverage of these, particular type of events. But there is one more. Hold on just a second. I Smoke Hip Hop. Hold on. I've watched him for a while, for a long time. And he definitely has been covering this. And I also noticed, hold on just a second. Where's his videos? There was two I think he did on this morning. I just want to see because I believe he had some shots. We just seen shots of FBI, walking away in handcuffs in regards to this. But give me just 1 second.
YouTube family, breaking news. The killers of FBG Duck has just been caught. Now, allegedly, we kind of determined and kind of knew who a lot of these killers was.
I'm gonna
but he
throw
say,
a
she
link
say,
to
don't
this
fly.
video.
We stick to the codes of the
But it's
so-called
because I
streets or
do it
whatnot. But
because it's the right
civilians
thing
don't
to
have
do.
to. And the civilians was working overtime to get justice for Carlton Weekly, aka FBG Duck, the Chicago legend.
More so
You know what I
looking
mean?
for
And now things have transpired that made a whole lot of things shift left. Let's break it down with receipts. And Mama Duck, man, salute to you, Queen. Now, the situation of this just went left. There's still FBG Duck killers consisting of a whole lot of people. You feel what I'm saying? Folks in them is saying Muwop, DQ, and Cthang. They even said Zell and y'all.
Now listen. The main reason why I'm playing this, I want to show you guys this, is because this gentleman happens to be very familiar with all of these different people, because that's his sector. Okay. But I will say that when you do live streams, it's kind of rude to time people out for no reason. And that's just a sublim. Um,
And allow me to expand upon my sublim a little bit today, because this is something from yesterday. Listen, that same gentleman who you just heard talking, Mr. I Smoke Hip Hop, throwed some shade at me one day. And now I don't know if he remembers it or whatnot, but it's quite funny how us folks, we don't forget that shit. But needless to say, man, listen, I'm a much bigger blogger now. And the key to it is this. You know how a lot of people used to, try to treat Leaky like shit, like, oh, we don't know her. Oh, we don't know who that lady is. Well, now they're the ones coming to me, wanting me to highlight their shit. So I'll leave it at that. But I'm going to finish letting this roll. And then I've got a live stream coming up later on tonight where I'm going to get a little bit more personal with you guys and kind of talk to you about some of the changes we've got coming our way, pretty much. And yeah, so eat your heart out to all of you who thought that leakyou.com wasn't going to be shit. We were just out here fucking around and doing whatever. I wouldn't give a fuck who you are. I could have known you for 30 years. Maybe I know you for 3 days, 30 minutes, whatever. But you know, those of you that have always tried to throw ill on my name and always tried to throw dirt on my name and shit like that, I don't, you know, frankly, the key word is fuck you, basically, because LeakU has managed to grow and grow and grow, and amazing things are happening. And I have a major announcement to make to many of you. Things are absolutely changing. Things are absolutely changing. Hey, Lavina, how are you doing? Hold on just 1 second, if you don't mind. Hold on
And,
just a sec.
you know, I'll leave it at that. I think some people grow and they grow and they grow, and then their head grows too, and they think that they're bigger than what they really are. You know, we're all just blogging out here. And the key to blogging and being successful is being able to network and communicate. And the whole purpose of doing videos is because you want that information to be out there, right? So this man I know has followed these individuals like he knows them, like if they're doing albums, like he knows he knows the particulars, and that's why I think he's a good source.
Anyway, my apologies there. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how things are going these days. You know, people, again, I've got more of a personal blog post that I'm going to be making here after this. The point is, I want to get this word out on FBG Duck's killers. If you guys are interested in hearing more about my personal you know, story, or my personal, you know, story that I'd like to tell you guys about and recent things that have been happening, just tune in about an hour or so. But other than that, let's finish this off. And shout out to all of you who know me and all of you who don't. Good to see you, Lavina. All right, guys, let's finish this off
On this topic. So I want to see what he has to say, and then we're going to go back, and I'm going to be live later to continue this. We're going to start and look at the day when this happened, and I'm sure information will come out in between now and that time. So here we go.
Y'all tell me if this picture of Zell is not the right one. You feel what I'm saying? I'm about to put it on another screen, but they said Zell and Muwop, you know, were close to each other as well, and Muwop was crying about Zell because he offed himself. Now Zell offed himself over we don't know what yet. A lot of people say maybe it's guilt because of the Duck situation. So Zell offed himself, and you know, he ain't gonna be prosecuted because he's no longer here. Rest in peace. But we're gonna fast forward to the main thing. This is a RICO case. We're gonna break that down to the clippings. We're gonna go over that. This is gonna be a good little video where you guys get a lot of information. Now, with this case, you know what I mean? Mama
10 content creators I've seen, and that's cool. Actually, I'm quite flattered because you know what they say. It is, I guess, what am I supposed to be mad about that? I'm not mad about that. Let me tell you something.
And hey, everybody, thanks for coming in as we break down this absolutely breaking news that is taking place for Chicago. We have got 5 people that have been arrested in the murder of FBG Duck. Oblock members, Muwop, DQ, Cthang, Zell, and Munna, or is that Munna? Not sure. Muwop was a right-hand man to King Von, from my understanding. Hold on, I'm just getting a little bit. So Durk, newfound best friend Muwop's been on Durk's payroll. And so there's a lot going on right now, guys, in regards to this incredible story.
I've got another clip I'm about to ramp up here, but for those of you that I know are just coming in, because I've watched the numbers just jumping up, check this out. We've got more to cover here, guys, so bear with me here. But
They've
this
got
is
a big legal
breaking.
battle ahead of them. Here we go.
5 reputed gang members charged in RICO conspiracy that includes slaying of Chicago rapper FBG Duck. 5 alleged Chicago street gang members have been charged in a racketeering conspiracy alleging a pattern of violence that includes the brazen downtown slaying of Chicago rapper FBG Duck last year. An 11-page indictment unsealed Wednesday charged Charles Liggins, also known as Murda, Kenneth Roberson, Christopher Thomas, Tacarlos Offerd, and Marcus Smart with committing murder in aid of racketeering as well as various firearms offenses. The charges carry a mandatory minimum of life in prison upon conviction, and prosecutors could also seek the death penalty. Liggins, Offerd, Thomas, and Smart were arrested Wednesday morning and are expected to appear at the Dirksen U.S. courthouse. Roberson is currently in state custody and will appear in federal court at a later date. The indictment alleged that the defendants are members of the Oblock gang on the city's south side, a violent faction of the Black Disciples that has publicly claimed responsibility for acts of violence and used social media and music to increase their criminal enterprise. Among the acts of violence alleged in the indictment was the murder of Carlton Weekly, a Chicago rapper also known as FBG Duck, on August 4, 2020. Weekly, 26, was a member of a Gangster Disciples faction that has been involved in a fierce feud with the Black Disciples on the South Side, according to police. Weekly was in broad daylight.
All right, now I've got some other breaking videos I'm going to be showing to you guys here, but I'm going to let this go for just a second. Give me about 2 minutes, but I'm queuing up some more footage here.
Pulled up and 4 gunmen jumped out and opened fire about 4:30 p.m., police said. Weekly was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. His girlfriend, who told police she was waiting in a parked car, was shot twice in the left wrist, and a 36-year-old man was hit in the back and leg. This is a developing story. Check back for details.
Oh, it's developing all right. It is definitely developing all right. And let me give you some more details here. Let me give you some more details. So, this particular indictment, and I'm actually going to paste this here, also includes racketeering charges. Okay. So, let me just kind of bring this up so I can expand this. Now, remember, he was shot dead as he was shopping down at the Gold Coast, what is supposed to be one of the most high-end places in the Chicago, Illinois area. Now, 2 vehicles pulled up, okay? 4 hitters, 2 vehicles. Shoppers were actually out shopping on the sidewalk when these vehicles pulled up and opened fire. Now, FBG Duck's mother, Lashina Weekly, she's been on Vlad. She did a couple of interviews with Vlad that made some waves, and she did hold a press conference. And she had asked that no retaliation shootings happen. She wanted the violence to stop. But let's talk about more in depth of who these 5 are, okay? These 5 alleged members of the Oblock Street Gang. Charles Murda Liggins, Kenneth Kenny Roberson, Tacarlos Offerd, Christopher Cthang Thomas, and Marcus Muwop Smart. Muwop. Yeah, you heard me right. Muwop and Cthang. Now, the feds say Liggins, Offerd, Thomas, and Smart were arrested Wednesday morning, and they are due in court Wednesday afternoon. Roberson is in the custody of the Cook County Department of Corrections. Weekly, Carlton, FBG Duck, was shot dead. 2 others were wounded in this targeted attack. This was an assassination, essentially. And he was killed on the first block of East Oak Street. He was hit multiple times. He was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Now, police said Weekly was associated with a faction of the Gangster Disciples street gang called Jarrow City, which is based near 62nd Street and Vernon Avenue in West Woodlawn. But on social media, Weekly has always identified himself as a member of the Gangster Disciples faction called STL. STL has become a quite wide known gang, but STL and Oblock had issues. And it is in the same area, and they are mostly friendly with Jarrow City. Now, let me just really, really quickly talk more in depth about
Yes, we are
these
definitely back.
indictments.
Let me just pause this for a second.
Just one
We are
second.
breaking this down.
This is
Um,
breaking news. Like,
We're
I-
breaking down this news, and then we're going to go into detail of these individuals that have been arrested. By the way, please subscribe to the channel that you're currently on for more breaking news on this topic and other topics like it. Again, FBG Duck, who was shot dead at the age of 26 in September of last year in 2020. Unbelievably, 5 people have been arrested for the murder, and they look to be affiliated to King Von and Lil Durk. There are clips, there are videos with them, there are photos with them. We have a lot to break down on this story. We're going to let this continue to play as more details come up. If you have any other late breaking stories, feel free to contact me at LeakU on IG or at leaksonline@gmail.com. And we are also offering spaces to advertise if you have some sort of online business that you would like to advertise. We are absolutely advertising. Your ad can be here while I do my live streams, and contact me for those prices. But you can also, I do appreciate all donations as we use them to build this channel. You can support me at $LeakU on the Cash App or paypal.com/LeakU. Now let's get right on back into this, and we've got more to talk about, guys.
I have been guys, this happened back in September 2020. This happened back in September 2020 when this happened. And I was unsure for the longest time if there was ever going to be a arrest made, in this, right? Now, FBG Duck, whose real name was Carlton Weekly, when he was shot on August the 4th, actually it was August the 4th, 2020, 2 other people were wounded in that shooting. It also occurred along the bustling shopping district in broad daylight. FBG is an acronym that stands for Flyboy Gang. Now, listen to this. Prosecutors are alleging that the 5 suspects did this for the purpose of maintaining and increasing their positions in Oblock, an enterprise engaged in racketeering activity, which did knowingly commit the murder of Carlton Weekly. Oblock was also King Von's spot. Do you guys remember after that happened that all of a sudden King Von shows up in Chicago handing out
Before I let that continue, guys, I got to let you know this. I am working on getting this unsealed indictment so that I can read this information to you. So continue to stand by as I'm working to get this unsealed indictment, and so we can get into the actual details of these arrests.
Oblock chains? Who all got those Oblock chains? They will be making, by the way, these five defendants will be making an initial appearance in federal court. They will be making their initial appearance today in federal court. So let's talk about these individuals that have been arrested. Especially, you know, let's go ahead and dig in here. So Muwop. Let me grab their names real quick and copy and paste them all. Hold on. Show you. Muwop is well known, right? Hold on. I meant to do Chicago. Vaughn's lil bro. Hold on. Muwop and Cthang. King Von affiliate. All right, let's go take a look at some of these here. Hold on. I'm going to have to reshare my screen out here. Hey guys, sorry, I didn't even see the comments. Hey, Astro Kid, Centel. Hey, Dolly. Hey, TRG. Oh, yes. I am about to locate that video as well. Let me share this out because this right here is just breaking news. I'm so glad this day has come, but wow, right? All right, here we go. Shout out to all Urban Central. Now, this is Muwop and BJ on the block. Now, these guys are affiliated to King Von. So, as you all may know, and I think even Willie D dropped a video on this, he talked about how King Von, the police came out and said that King Von was responsible for the murder of a woman shooter, actually. A well-known woman in the Chicago gang, Shakara Barnes, who King Von was always suspected of having killed her. Well, police came out and have essentially put that murder on King Von. So if King Von was alive right now, I suspect King Von would be dealing with some legal challenges. Now, are they going to come out and say that King Von gave him those chains and money for that murder? Because that happened right after the death of FBG Duck.
I'm on my block. Wow, how you coming? Nah, bro, I've been with your music, bro. Which one you go harder? Which one? I got 2 songs out, so which one you go harder? You ain't built like that. Oh, bro,
If you have a link, Astro Kid, feel free to throw it into the chat.
Bro, I be busting a song in my car. You feel me?
And y'all give me just a second. I'm looking for a particular video
here. Show that slug, gang. Love though, for sure. Hell yeah, I'm gonna hit your DM to do some work with you. I bet, hit it up.
Now, FBG
I got
Duck
you, bro. Love, stay up.
Well known for his video, Dead Bitches,
right?
Yeah,
be safe out here. Hey, how the f you get off your lap?
That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
I got you. Folks, hey, tell somebody open the gate. Tell that little car. Tell that car. Girl. Open the gate. Who else wanna go live? The first person up at the request.
And now I guess Kayla B, King Von's sister, is dissing FBG Duck after the arrest of Oblock members.
Nah, I can't be eating no candy like that.
There is somebody I watch that stays up on all of this.
I'd be scared to look at
Hold on.
It's at a tray.
We need to see this. There's footage of FBI in Oblock. Y'all, I'm about to pull all this social media footage and take a look. Hold on.
And we have footage of FBI raiding
Man, what's
Oblock.
going on?
I've got that here queued up, so you guys continue to stay tuned. We across all platforms, we're at 300 watchers right now, so
crazy situation they trying to say.
we have got a lot to cover. So stay tuned, everyone, please.
Excuse me, they got
So I guess Zell recently killed himself.
Crazy situation. Hopefully, you know, the feds got a high conviction rate. Basically,
Man, guys, I remember when this murder happened, Muwop's name was on the tip of so many people's tongues. I kid you not. I kid you not. And you know who else was on the tip of people's tongues? FBG Cash, because he was throwing around all that money, and everybody was like, where'd he get all that money from all of a sudden? A lot of people think that he hit Duck's stash. I'm just saying. That's just what streets are saying.
Snatching you up. They got something on you thick. Want to send my love to them boys. Going crazy over the internet right now. Muwop, DQ, Cthang was just arrested. You dig? Trying to say it was something.
Hey, to everybody that is in the room, mods, don't worry about the comments. Let them go. Again, if you by chance have something that you'd like to say, if you want to talk on this, or if you feel like you got a better page to report this on, if maybe you're in Chicago, if you can give us a live view of anything, feel free to come, hit that link. Needless to say, it doesn't matter. We are crimes and justice bloggers, sleuths and sleuthers, and we've been following this case since it happened. So I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. We're going to continue forward here, and then we've got some more footage that needs to be shown as FBI agents raided Oblock today. Now, if you're in Oblock, feel free to come on up and let us know what you witnessed. We'd love to get some, stories from on the ground.
Nothing to do with FBG Duck. Sad situation. I did catch Muwop last live. Y'all go check that out. Muwop brings out the whole Oblock after coming home, Lil Durk tour.
Can anybody tell me who Vaughn gave those Oblock chains to? Wasn't 2 or 3 of these guys recipients of those Oblock chains? I know I can go back and look at the video, because there's video of him handing those chains out. And I would be really interested to know, was Muwop one of them? Hold on a sec, because we are just sleuthing right now.
They got these they got them, they got them, they got them, they got them, they got them. They got them, and I knew it. And all they fucks was talking. All y'all shit y'all ass was talking. All you bloggers that think y'all knew what the known. Okay? I was right the whole time. I want to appreciate all y'all that investigated.
We appreciate you, Mama Duck.
Sent me stuff to alert me, just to do all type of stuff. I just want to thank y'all so much. I wasn't shut up. Oh, yes.
Now, this woman has lost more than one son to the streets now. She's had 11 children.
And told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Cthang, they arrested 2 more, 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who killed himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my son. They just told me that too. I'm just so glad I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad. No, they're not still investigating nothing. It's over with.
Wow.
Now they got to prove they self-innocent.
Yep.
And these people already.
Wow. Mm.
I done forgave them already. And my son was killed by some kids like these. It's kids. A grown motherfucker sent off like. Mamas ain't gotta bury them though. They mamas can still see their kids. I can't see mine. I can't see my son.
This is boy OG Product, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. We always in the field and the ops. They never outside in the real life. So people, that was Mama Duck, man. That was Mama Duck breaking down and shedding tears.
Shout out to
After,
OGP100.
she's been waiting for the outcome, man.
For this video into the
her
chat.
son, who goes by the name of FBG Duck's killer, to be detained, to be
Rico.
apprehended.
Hey, Rick
and
Roll, what's
today
up?
was the day, beloved. Today was the day that the Oblock bandits' fate was sealed. As you know, the Federalists rushed Oblock and turned Oblock upside down and started clipping the homeboys one by one. So as you can hear, Mama Duck, emotional speech, like, she almost broke down, man. She almost fainted on live because, she's finally
I've been
at
good,
peace,
Rick
man.
Roll,
You understand? And now FBG Duck caress
even better
peace.
today
Likewise,
after seeing this news right
y'all know
here.
by now, man, Muwop, Cthang and EQ. And
Okay, now we have some information that I need to share with you guys. This comes from the United States Department of Justice, Northern District of Illinois. Give me just 1 second. All right, so we have some things here. Let me show you what the Department of Justice just released to the world. So the United States Attorney's Office, Northern District of Illinois, 5 alleged street gang members charged with federal racketeering offenses, including the murder of Chicago rapper. A federal indictment has been unsealed today, leveraging charges against 5 alleged members of the Oblock street gang with participating in a criminal organization that murdered Chicago rapper and violently protected the gang and its territories on the south side of Chicago. This indictment alleges that the Oblock gang publicly claimed responsibility for acts of violence in Chicago and used social media and music to increase their criminal enterprise. The Oblock gang allegedly engaged in numerous acts of violence, including the murder of Carlton Weekly, a Chicago rapper also known as FBG Duck, on August the 4th, 2020. Oh, wow. Okay. Charged with committing murder in aid of racketeering are Chicago residents Charles Liggins, also known as Murda, age 30, Kenneth Roberson, also known as Kenny, and Kenny Mack, age 28, Tacarlos Offerd, also known as Los, age 30, Christopher Thomas, also known as Cthang, age 22, and Marcus Smart, also known as Muwop, age 22. The indictment also charges the defendants with federal firearm violations and assault in aid of racketeering. Liggins, Offerd, Thomas, and Smart were arrested this morning. They were scheduled to make initial court appearances today at 2 p.m. before U.S. Magistrate Judge David Weissman. Roberson is currently in the custody of the Cook County Department of Corrections. His initial federal court appearance will be scheduled at a later date. The indictment was announced by John Lausch, United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Emerson Bowie Jr., Special Agent in charge of the Chicago Field Office of the FBI, and David Brown, Superintendent of the Chicago Police Department. Substantial assistance in the investigation was provided by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. The government is represented by U.S. Attorney Jason Julian, Albert Berry, and Ann Ursini. The public is reminded that an indictment is not evidence of guilt. The defendants are presumed innocent and entitled to a fair trial at which the government has the burden of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The murder count in the indictment carries a mandatory minimum sentence of life in federal prison and a maximum potential sentence of the death penalty. One of the firearm counts is also punishable by a maximum potential sentence of the death penalty, while the other firearm count is punishable by a mandatory minimum of 10 years and a maximum of life. The assault counts are each punishable by a maximum of 20 years. If convicted, the court must impose reasonable sentences under federal sentencing statutes and the advisory U.S. sentencing guidelines. This was released by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. And check out the tags that they use. Tag 1, Project Safe Neighborhood. Tag 2, drug trafficking. Tag 3, firearms offense. And tag 3, violent crime. This is the official announcement by the U.S. District Court, U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Illinois. So, is Durk going to pay their attorney's fees? Hey, Southside Butterfly, how you doing? All they had to do was watch Power to see how hard the prosecution goes on neighborhood terrorists. Wow. This is huge. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's like almost 300 people watching across two main channels right now, the Crimes and Investigations and the Screwed and Chopped. Wow. Guys over at LeakU might want to come over to the Crimes and Investigations or the Screwed and Chopped channel. You can find it on the LeakU featured channel list. But we've got, quite a lot of people in the room, and we appreciate that. Now, there was also an 11-page indictment that was also unsealed. And shortly before it was unsealed, Sheena Weekly went on Instagram Live to say her son's killer had been taken into custody. I would like to kind of go through this with you guys, kind of go through this timeline, because this is breaking news. This is breaking news. There is a photo of FBG Duck. This is from his Instagram page. That is the man, this man, Carlton Weekly, FBG Duck, who was brutally murdered down at the Gold Coast in Chicago while shopping for his son. He was brutally shot. 4 people stepped out with guns and murdered him. And we now know that the members that were arrested were all Oblock gang members. Now, right after this murder happened, there were some members of Oblock that received some very fancy chains from King Von. King Von had made a trip to Oblock, and he gave out some pretty expensive looking chains. Now, Before I show you the video of that, where they reveled in whatever it was they were being rewarded for, which many of us know when you're on the streets and you're watching the activity that's happening, like they're not going to just say it, right? FBG Duck's mother came on and she had something to say. And I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys here.
Fuckers that killed my motherfucking son. They got their ass. I want to be the first to tell y'all. They got them motherfuckers. They killed my son. And you feel motherfucker when they find your ass, bitch ass nigga. I done forgave y'all all motherfucking ready. Now I can come to court against every last one of you motherfuckers. It's over. I'ma leave y'all with this. They arrested the 4 motherfuckers that killed my son. And guess what? Huh. It's over. It's over. It's over. And I'm gonna be the first to tell y'all. Breaking news. They arrested 4 motherfuckers who killed my son.
Well, that's why we love people like you, Victor, because you can come in the chat and you can let us know when we're, maybe might be saying something that may need to be corrected. But we'll look at the dates. Believe me, we will look at the dates. But I vaguely recall. All right, now. Two cars pulled up in front of FBG Duck. 4 shooters jumped out and opened fire. Duck was taken to a hospital nearby where he was later pronounced dead. Even Duck's girlfriend suffered from a gunshot injury, and my understanding is that she busted back on him. There's been a lot of death around Duck and King Von. Then, he was later also killed in an incident, shot and killed. There's been a lot of death and shootings and all just death that has hung around these individuals. All right, I want to show you a few things here. Give me a sec. I want to show you some of the footage of FBI coming into Chicago and arresting. Let's just kind of go down through the timeline here. I like to do this, just kind of get a picture of what is kind of going on right now. Twitter is good for this. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but a lot of gangs really, really like Twitter, I think. In a lot of ways. For some reason, they always post here, but we did see that already. But let's go here. And this is all
I'm about to
coming
call
out.
you Lucy in a minute.
Twitter's great.
Definitely is.
That's what I'm saying.
Muwop,
Like,
Cthang,
go start your own page if
Murda,
you have so much to
whatever the
say.
fuck they call them.
That's your best bet, honestly.
No,
Have a great day,
baby.
sir.
What I'm saying, I was told that I can say it. Them people promised me I would hear about my son killers before the internet. So y'all heard it from me first. They got their ass. They got them.
Oh, did we lose sound? Oh, that's all she said. So okay. All right. Let's check out a few things here. Federal agents raided Oblock earlier this morning to make arrests in FBG Duck's murder. Feds have charged, as we know, Oblock members Muwop, Cthang, Kenny Mack, Los, and C Murder in a RICO conspiracy case. Now, my understanding is one of the men, whoever this man was, killed himself. Was it Zell? He killed himself not too long ago. But look at their faces, guys. Look at their faces.
Look at it. Oh my God. This shit is happening right fucking. Bitches is on the block. FBI, DEA. Oh my God, the killers. The real ones. He has a big ass gun. His gun is real fucking big. Look at it. Oh my God. This shit is happening right fucking. Bitches is on the block. FBI.
The Fed just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Cthang, they arrested two more. It was 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who killed himself August the 24th was one of the shooters that shot my son. They just told me that too. I'm just so glad.
Wow. If you haven't seen it, I have a video out that I put out 10 months ago. The story of FBG Duck. I recommend y'all seen it. Huh. To do that.
I got 100,000 on me in the studio right now, no couch.
Yep. Blit. Yep. Big clout.
And that shit still bother me. If he was out, he would have been there probably.
You know, he lost a brother to the streets. Like it's like a generational thing, man. It's really sad. But you know, I wouldn't live in a place where I couldn't go, you know, on the other side somewhere. Oh, now here, check this. This is an important video.
You got any like thoughts like
remember this, guys?
Exactly. So do you got any? I don't want to, stir up nothing, but do you got any like thoughts like on FBG Duck? Any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him? Who Duck? Did you know him before? Like everything like that? I don't know. Okay. All I know, don't say that shit about Troy or rest in peace, Duck. Okay, so you got anything about FBG Duck? That's what I'm saying. Don't say shit about Troy. That's it. Don't say shit about Troy. Get that guy over there. Whatever, you know me. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know I know that. Stop playing. Stop playing. Don't do that. Stop playing. Talk to somebody else.
This is just
was one of the shooters that shot my.
Yeah, that particular video is viral everywhere. I'm trying to find, you know, some maybe newer content. I'm looking for mainly some footage of the FBI agents raiding. And I'm just very careful about, you know, going to other people's videos and you know, I don't want to play anyone's content or anything like that. Not like that. So, but I do think this would be very interesting here. Listen to this.
All right, so I was just sitting back thinking or whatever.
Could Lil
And shit, I
Durk be
had came
next
to the
in line?
conclusion.
Is it
I'm like,
possible? Will there be some sort of Vaughn is dead? And if Dirk only communicated through Vaughn, if they really are, if it's really like this huge conspiracy and that King Vaughn had something to do with it and Dirk, I would think, you know, Dirk is going to communicate with as little people as possible, right? That's just my thought process. But I don't see I don't see any other clips
I ain't
of
see.
the
I told my
FBI.
nigga. Anyway, go. We gonna
Not
still
here on
be.
Twitter.
If you turning on me, man. I need proper feel. I've been in that field. I can tell you how it is. Well, I've been in that car. That's all.
Now, I want to play something, or do I even want to? Yeah, I think I do. Twitter. Give me just 1 second, guys. Of course, King Von and Durk had something to do with it. They are tied to Oblock. They obviously knew who killed Duck. Let me find. I want to find these Oblock chains. Okay. You guys say it happened before FBG Duck died. You're saying that Von gave these Oblock chains out before FBG Duck passed away or after? Because I'm pretty sure I recall that those chains came after. So we know Duck died on August 4th, 2021, right? So let's find the video from when King Von went and gifted all those Oblock chains. Because I remember that. Give me just 1 second. Here we go. I remember he went and had them made at the ice box.
Don't ask me what the price is, man. It ain't gonna have yet. You want $1? That one said $1.05.
Date.
Always wear Skelly, baby. Always Skelly up. Yeah, Skelly. Big dog. I don't big dog. Yeah. So that's the only way I'm looking. Yeah, wrist big. Yeah, little wrist. Yeah. Me, it look like a big watch.
On dropping off bags of money. I heard he used to drop off bags of money and bags of guns, bags of all sorts of stuff to Oblock. That's what I heard, but
Kind of
it's like people
see how this coming up.
want a shot, you know? Yeah, it was definitely after, but I'm gonna verify that. So,
or just
give me just a second.
And I like that. You see how the leaves are? I like it kind of like graffiti style. Just like, check this out.
But this is him making, getting them made. Maybe you guys were referring to he got them made before FBG Duck.
Yeah,
maybe
like
that's
a
what
little
y'all
taller
were
than that one,
saying.
but more of a O.
Give me just 1 second. No I have a particular video.
You want like 3D?
How the other one got the little,
Are you able to see the back of it?
just take little lines, you know, they're making the O look better than what it is.
You got an idea?
Thinner on top, wider on the sides.
Okay.
See how the other
But
one
more like a 3D O, you know, like kind of like, you know.
one just put this 1992 to 2012.
Okay, who's that one for?
Garage Spot.
I want to know the name.
Yeah, I know. See Murda.
Okay.
Yeah.
And both of these on one?
19 to 2010.
Okay.
Born date. Yeah.
And this is on one pendant.
Yeah, 1922.
The curve is better.
I'm cool with that.
And then you just, how do you spell this?
CHENO. Right here.
So right here, Ivan, we're just adding CHENO.
Who all got rose gold? Muwop.
Okay.
He don't know.
I don't remember.
Man, as young.
Young, who all got rose
He
gold?
ain't get it. Tell Muwop that I think Muwop, I think Smooth won't rose gold.
Young,
I said we got 12 production. 12 all
More
together.
coming,
I don't like this.
I know I'm in the dirt.
Yeah, I'm not crazy money. Yeah, but oh, that counts. Yeah.
Oh, he gave him hats and outfits.
Oh, I bet. Look.
Take a picture with him real quick. He got the Dicky outfit.
I swear to you.
Put that on for you.
Hi, bro. So long live ESG Chino, just that on that. Okay. Long live Head Chino, rah rah. It's J-Lo, that's what that was.
Yeah, I got that. Y'all being out there is twice as good as the bike. Okay, getting a bike for a kid is amazing, but then for it to be coming from you guys,
It's gonna be nice.
y'all already got them.
I'm getting them right now.
You know, bikes have been sold out all over the country.
Yeah, now they decent. We get in Chicago.
Okay.
We get top of Walmart.
Ain't no lighter.
Now he's rewarding.
Ain't no lighter.
He's rewarding his friends with the chain. As you guys can see, King Von rewards FBG Duck killers with Oblock chains covered in diamonds. Now, 5 were arrested, but did they get all of them? We don't know. But I know that these guys got these chains after FBG Duck was killed, and it was after FBG Duck was killed. I even remember when it happened. He specifically came back. We're talking days. And I've got a video I'm going to show you here. Muwop and DQ proudly displaying their Oblock chains. Now that shout out to the person who was able to capture that, but I've got more. You know, these guys, they love social media. They love social media, right? They love the show. Who wasn't going to show off their Oblock chains, right? Hold on. Here you go. Give me a sec. Let me get it. Getting the link here. All right, got it. Check this. Sorry, it takes a minute to load, but it's coming. I love Tupac. Shout out to Tupac. Yep, we sure did watch it together. Hey, some things to say. Yep, we were right here covering this story then. He bought these chains, and he gave them to his partners after FBG Duck was killed. And I just validated the lines, or the dates, I'm sorry.
Ain't no lighter.
I didn't say anything about DQ being... Yeah, DQ was one of the guys that got the chains. Actually, DQ was arrested today by authorities. There's Muwop, FRM Dow. I guess that's his Instagram name, but yeah, that's him getting his chain. Chaining day, they called it. How much do you guys think those chains cost? Not as much as King Von's, right? He had that huge locked chain around his neck. It was crazy. But man, was a chain worth worth it. And I'm not saying they did it for a chain. I think that the chain was more of them being rewarded, you know? That's what I think. So you can call it whatever you want, but here's one thing I do know. Not too long, not even about a month or so after FBG Duck was killed, maybe 2 months after, King Von was killed down at a hookah lounge in Atlanta. So we're talking Muwop, Cthang, Zell, DQ have all been arrested. Now, I'm going to throw one more piece of information your way. And then I will be back later today.
Hey, so I think we all woke up to the same news that the alleged killers of FBG Duck were taken into custody and they were Oblock members,
Okay,
and we all know
approximately
the
2K,
names. So after I watch a video about that, this video pops up. Weird. I watch it, but I found something very interesting in here. So I want you to pay attention to this Mark guy, what he says. There's also another guy. The person screen recording is scrolling back down. Do you see his question? You killed Duck? Now, this is an old video, and this is why I wanted to make a quick video on this, because some of the things that they ask and say on here are very interesting, and I have questions now about where this came from, and you probably will too. Now, again, this guy seems to be one of the people that was picked up. That's why I thought this popping up was strange. Now, another guy in here is going to come on and say 12 released footage and it looked like you, right? And I've never heard anything about there being any footage of the Murda. There goes the comment there. And, you know, I haven't seen anybody post it. So I'm wondering where they're getting this information from. Now, pay attention to the Mark guy and this other guy who says here, who killed FBG Duck, underneath Mark's post. It's almost like this Mark guy is going to answer his question. And it is extremely interesting. Muwop, Cthang, Zell, and DQ killed Duck. Do you see that response right there? This is 8 months ago. Who is that? How is it that today Duck's mom announced, she probably didn't know even who specifically was responsible. They said the streets knew that it was Oblock, but how could someone know and name 8 months ago the exact people who would be picked up for this in that order? Maybe they're the actual informant, or are they the police coming on this live and trying to get more information, or, you know, taunting them or seeing if they're going to slip up by saying this information, or make the move sloppy and become afraid. I don't know if that's what they're doing now. We know that they're definitely paying a lot of attention to social media. They get a lot of information there. One of the last things this guy's going to say, this Mark guy, do you see that? Long live Quando Rondo. All of this is very strange. Like I said, this video popped up. Is that the algorithm? It's crazy. And the other thing I want to say is, I certainly hope that we know that the feds have a high conviction rate and they usually have a lot of proof and their ducks in a row when they come from you. But the way this live went and what's said here, I hope this is not, you know, what they use to charge these people. You guys let me know what you think. I just find this very weird. Okay, chime in.
Well, very, very, very interesting, to say the least, guys. It's been a year now since this has all happened, and yeah, that's crazy. But needless to say, guys, that was OGP 100. Exposing My Ops and Opposition. That was that channel. So yeah, there's a couple of different channels here, that have been discussing this, and I'm pretty sure there'll be more. But oh my goodness, right? Like, it's crazy. So give me just 1 second, guys. Hold on. Just 1 second. I wanted to see if there was one more thing that I want to show you guys here, even more specifically. Nope, not that one. 1 second, guys. Give me a sec. Nope, gotta do it here. Just a second. Anyway, I do want to say thanks to each and every one of you for, coming through. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, because I was about to take them out. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I don't mind people coming in and having a thought or having something to say. But yeah, like, don't get too comfortable. We've been around for over a decade around these parts, and this is not the largest audience I've ever had in a live, honey. You'd have to. Anyway, who cares about all the rest of that? Anyway, guys, listen, it's been an honor having you guys here. Wanted to do these particular premieres, and yes, I have subscriber mode turned on. I noticed there was somebody doing subscriber mode for a while. I can't remember who the heck it was. It wasn't Gray Hughes, the crime blogger. Was it Molly Golightly? I'm not sure. But I am enjoying the subscriber mode, and I'll probably be utilizing it more. But yes, all these young men, all these wasted lives. And so I just wanted to go through and share that again with you guys. Like, it's unbelievable, this whole FBG Duck story. These young men that are now going to be, they've been arrested. One killed themselves, who was a suspect. It is just horrific. But, guys, I want to say thank you. And I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for coming through. If you want to support the platform, feel free to hit me up on PayPal /LeakU or $LeakU on the Cash App. Every single dime goes right back into the platform. And, guys, I have some really, really, really special things coming in the next, I would say, next few weeks to a month or so. Starting with, well, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you because I'm going to let it be a surprise. I just want to say thank you to all of my supporters. Much love, Lavina. You've always been such a great supporter of mine, and I say your name because you're the last comment here. But I want to thank each and every one of you. And we've got a lot, guys. There's a lot that we have left to talk about in this world before we all die here, myself. And there's a lot of stories that need to be talked about and covered, including some cold cases. So get ready because it's about to be on and popping. And I don't care how many people come out and do crime stories. I say the more, the merrier. Some people, some people think that some people, sorry about that. Some people come in um and the truth of the matter, guys, is I have been blogging, crime blogging specifically for a long time. We're talking a long time, going back 21, 22 years, easy. And to be completely honest, if I was to add the a couple more years, I would say about 25, because again, I blogged in written form for many years before video blogging became a thing. And so I just want to say that crime blogging has always been a passion of mine. I've owned crimesinjustice.com. I own many crime domains, crimeandinvestigations.com, crimesandinvestigation.com. The list goes on and on and on. But let me just say this. I just want it to be known that you jealous content creators, it's obvious that you're jealous, and that you want to be me. And I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about some specific content creators. I'm throwing these subliminals at them. They know who they are. If these bullets hit you, then so be it. You'll know I'm talking about you, right? But the truth of the matter is guys, the more people reporting on these stories, the better. The more attention gets out there. And so, the other truth of the matter is you will never be me, ever. It doesn't matter how much you come out and you try to mimic me or imitate me, or any of that. You will never be a leak you or a crime blogger like myself. I have too many years under my belt, too many connections, too many networks, people that I've networked with, and you know, what do they say? Imitation is the best form of flattery. And I'm quite flattered that there are some that are coming out trying to do their crime blogging. And some of them, they started out maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago, and they're still trying. They're still trying. And a lot of times, I look at them and I'm like, wow, they copy everything I do down to my terminology and the phrases that I use. It's quite amazing, but just know, just know that you will never be leak you, no matter how hard you try. At the end of the day, more power to you. I encourage you to continue. And again, the more people that, talk about these stories, the more attention, the better for the whole wide world. Until next time, guys.